Hello, and welcome to The Base, Big and Small Screens. This week, I'd like to talk to you about Hardcore Henry. Now, Hardcore Henry is a wonderful little movie starring Charlton Copley. Tim Roth is in it a little bit. Haley Bennett, I believe, is in it a little more. And then you have your main character of Henry, who I don't know who plays him. I didn't actually check the credits, but I don't think it's an actor. I think it was a stuntman wearing a GoPro or something, because this entire movie is shot in first-person perspective. And our main character, Henry, doesn't talk. So all you hear is the occasional grunt, and you see his hands and what he sees. Well, that's the movie. Now, they did a bit of a gimmick of this with the first-person perspective towards the end of the Doom movie quite a few years ago. This one took that little gimmick, that little concept, and decided to make an entire movie out of it. Now, I will caution some people. I think that for certain people, it can cause motion sickness because of all the moving and ducking and weaving. It didn't for me, personally, but I can see how this type of movie wouldn't work all the time. This isn't the sort of gimmick, the sort of setup that you want to use. You don't want to use that first-person perspective all the time for a movie because it doesn't really work, and I can't see it working all the time. But for this movie, it works. For this movie, it does work, and it is the most bizarre movie I've seen in a while. I literally got done watching it, and all I could think was, "Wow," and "What the fuck." Because it's all about this one guy named Henry. Wakes up, he's missing a leg and an arm, gets put on some prosthetics that is kind of covered up with flesh, even though you can see like the little divots in his hand, and the satellite or whatever that he's on is raided. Him and his wife barely escape down to the surface of the earth, where where the wife is captured again, and he is nearly killed. And he gets kind of rescued by a man named Jimmy, who is going to try and help him, get him to safety and whatnot, and seems to know a lot about him. Then Jimmy dies, and he ends up getting on a bus and meeting Jimmy again. Although Jimmy looks different, but it's the same Jimmy. And over the course of the movie, there's about half a dozen or more, I think about 8 different Jimmys that he runs into over the course of this movie. And they're all the same guy. I'm not going to spoil the reason why this is happening, and I'm not going to spoil the end of the movie. But it is absolutely strange and bizarre. The first-person perspective with a silent protagonist works quite well in this particular instance, and it's only it's only like 96 minutes. It's only an hour and a half, so it's not very long. And it's a decent movie all over. It's very, very good, very decent, very interesting. I use that word a lot, I know. But it is. It's quite strange. There's a lot of really good action going into this that I really liked. The first-person perspective, the chase scenes, a lot of the beat 'em up and whatnot, really really cool. Quite liked it. So it's kind of strange, almost cyberpunky. There's also a guy. The main bad guy is also telekinetic, because he's able to like throw things around with his mind. So it's kind of weird, fantastical sci-fi. But beyond that, it's a decent movie and a bit of a love story in a way. So I quite liked it. There's not really too much more that I can say about it without spoiling it, because as I said, a lot of the story tends to revolve around the central ending, and I don't want to give away the ending to anyone who hasn't seen this yet. But definitely worth your time to check out. Hardcore Henry is quite a good action movie. If You get motion sickness, however, you might not want to. If that sort of thing doesn't bother you, um, then yeah, check out Hardcore Henry. You might like it. And as always, until next time, you all, yes, if you like what I'm doing, if you do, if you like what I'm doing, please give that like button a tap. Give that subscribe button a tap as well, if you haven't already, so you can be kept apprised of when I do new videos. And throw a comment in the comment section. Have you seen Hardcore Henry? Have you seen any other action movies with interesting little gimmicks that you think I might be interested in? Throw them in the comment section there. I'd love to get a discussion going with some people. And until next time, you all take care, keep watching movies, and I'll see you around.